Good afternoon, welcome to the Jamie's Community Stadium for this National League encounter between Boston United and Woking. Can the Pilgrims pick up 7 points in a week in what's been an impressive last couple of games for Graham Coughlin's side? We're still waiting for the two teams to appear here. Mark Clifford is back with us on BBC Radio Lincolnshire alongside myself, Del Story. And Mark, the last game you covered for us was Eastleigh, and you, I'm sure, have been delighted with the reaction to that game in the last two games.
Yeah, I think you mentioned earlier I didn't sound very happy. It didn't feel very happy. I'm sure a lot of the fans felt the same. But it's been great to see the bounce back since then, which is something everyone needs to see.
And it's something Boston have done this season. When they have been bad, they have managed that bounce back ability. It's quite a skill, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but we're getting to that stage of the season now where we can't really afford to be bad too often. If you're in the middle of the league bombing along, that might be acceptable. But at the minute, we've got to see more of the positive Boston, getting forward, getting goals, having a real go, getting the fans behind them if they're going to have any chance to stay in this division.
And it's the first time this season, 3 games in a row, an unchanged Boston United side. First time since the playoff run. Do you think he's finally got a settled side?
Yeah, maybe he's figuring out the players that he feels he can trust in certain situations, and hopefully there's a plan B with the subs coming on afterwards. But certainly, given as an unchanged side, gives lads to get into some momentum, which hopefully we can see again today.
And as we just await, the teams are about to come out. Woking are an example of what Boston are aiming to be, a side that were struggling and have been on this incredible run.
Yeah, and I think ultimately, they're waiting the FA Trophy, and hopefully their eyes on that today, because but we need Boston to get a result here today, and hopefully they've got their eye on something else, and hopefully it looks like they will stay in the division, and Boston can take the points here today.
Two teams are now out to a round of applause from the Boston United fans. Graham Coughlin calling on the fans to really get behind the teams, as they have done all season. Seems a decent following from Woking as well. As Mark Clifford said, they've got the FA Trophy to get excited about, but they're not mathematically safe. Only 5 points above the bottom 4, despite the fact they've only lost 1 in the last 16 games. Woking, but they do draw a lot. Boston need to take that a step further and win this game. And the Pilgrims team, and they're in their home strip of amber and black stripes, black shorts, amber socks, and Cameron Gregory in goal is all in green. And then we think they will work this out whether they start as a 4 or a 3 at the back, but it's Rowe, Teal, Mills, Nicholson and Green, with Maguire, Hill and Richardson midfield, Knowles and Hazel up front. On the bench, Kieran Coates, Keaton Ward, you probably hear Christian saying it louder than I do, Martin Woods, Adam Marriott, Tony Weston, James Gale and sub goalkeeper Jay Lovelace. For Woking, they're in white and red, like half red, half white tops, white socks and white shorts. And their goalkeeper, Will Jääskeläinen, son of former goalkeeper Jussi Jääskeläinen, who played for Bolton and West Ham in the Premier League. He's all in like a lime-coloured kit. He's in goal. Then just going down the list, Chingweek, Okuli, Jamie Andrews, Harry Beautyman, who's their top scorer on the pitch with 7 league goals to his name, Dale Gorman, the captain, Denon Lewis, Ini Effiong, who's a much-travelled striker, 20 clubs he's had in a long career, Adam Chickson, Tunjai Akinola, Jermaine Anderson and Dion Kelly-Evans. Just the 5 subs for Woking: Dan Moss, Jacob Jones, Rowan Ince, Ollie Webber as a goalkeeper and Frank Vincent, as both teams get ready to do their huddles. The 2 captains, Dale Gorman for Woking, Zach Mills for Boston, just doing the coin toss with the referee, and these moments where the atmosphere really builds. Zach Mills now going to join the huddle. Both teams having a huddle. These things have certainly become very common over the last few weeks. What kind of things are said in these huddles, Mark?
I think it's normally about how they want to start the game, trusting each other, getting the final messages over from the coaching team, and geeing each other up. First 10 minutes is important, and that's what the skipper will be getting over to have a good start, and hopefully that's what we'll see.
Well, Boston United this time last week, going to Dagenham after the Eastleigh. It felt like a huge week. It's a huge month, 9 games this month for Boston United. This is game number 3 of Manic March, and it'll be Boston United to get us underway. Both teams have finished their huddle. It's referee just waiting. They seem to wait bang on for 3 o'clock before they get the game underway here. It'll be Cameron Green to get Boston United underway here as the referee does his last minute checks. So certainly it was a good following from Boston United behind the goal that Woking will shoot towards. Boston are shooting towards the open end here at the Jatemans. Referee's looked at his watch about 6 times in the last 30 seconds. And there goes the whistle, and we're underway here. And it's Boston United against Woking on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. Boston take it back to Brad Nicholson, who plays the ball forward. Rowe, it hits the top of the head, says forehead across to Hill. Knowles with a high foot there, but wins a throw. And are we going to see a very early throw from Brad Nicholson? Yes, we are. He's coming forward.
I don't think there's anything else that we want to be seeing at this stage. Is get it up, get it on them, get it in the box, and see if we can get first and second contacts. And certainly, what I don't want to see is a goalkeeper coming out and having any chance of catching the ball, punching it. I want to see him blocked, and I want to see first contact from Boston.
So Nicholson with it. It's Teal that's just stood in front of the goalkeeper. Nicholson then it's caught the wind towards that 6-yard box. There's no Boston players there. It's headed away, but Maguire will try and make something of this, but Woking will get the ball clear, but Hill picks it up and finds Nicholson on the right hand side. It's a good ball to Maguire now, right hand side of the penalty area, looking to try and make space for the cross. He does, but it's hit it in the end and it's headed away, and Woking will clear, but that ball's going to go out for a throw, and is it? No, Hill chooses to keep it in and then ends up taking it out, and it's going to be a Woking throw-in.
Wouldn't settle for him there, was it? Pitch looks to be quite lively. Been a bit dry for a few weeks, hasn't it? Hopefully it can settle down. They can get in some rhythm with the passing.
Woking on a run of away games. It's the 4th away game in a row. 8 of the last 10 games have all been away, including the cup competitions. 2-2 draw at Southend during the week. They're on this run of, say, 1 defeat in 16. There's a few draws in that run. But they've certainly changed under Neil Ardley. That's a ball forward that Mills needs to deal with and does well, but it is picked up by Jermaine Anderson on the far side, and then the ball forward from Gorman's looking to try and get them in over the back post. Nicholson's just got to try and see this one. He did. He wasn't quite sure where his man was, but the ball goes out and it's a goal kick to Boston.
Yeah, I think he just checked the wrong shoulder then as he was coming in, and he just nipped around the other side of him. So he needs to stay away early doors, make sure there's no early mistakes, and something to build confidence upon.
Boston United is their last home game for a while. 4 straight away games coming up. They're all very tricky looking away ties as they look to close this gap. There's currently 9 points to safety at the moment.
Can't be a bad thing sometimes, away games where as long as you've got in a bit of form, takes a bit of pressure off you being at home.
Well, their away form this season's been better than their home. So
yeah, so if they go away and go and get 6-7 points in their run, it could be classed as a good time in the season for them.
Certainly a run in the team are certainly up for at the moment, but it's Woking that have a throw in front of us here in a defensive position, which Chickson's going to take for them, the number 15. Woking beating Boston earlier in the campaign. They're giving the ball away though. Hazel, now Maguire running towards that penalty again on the right hand side. Maguire looks to get the cross in, and he pulls it back to Rowe. Can Rowe keep it in? Yes, he does. He does well to keep that in. J. Rowe drills the cross in. It's cleared away. Maguire will let that one cleverly go out for a throw, and it'll be Nicholson time again.
I think last time the big man at the back come and got a clean header. Again, I don't want to see the keeper or anyone getting a free header in the box. We've really got to maximise these deliveries coming in. It's just like a corner, just like a free kick. And I think I really want to see first contact. Must emphasise first contact from Nicholson's throws.
Such a crowded 6-yard box that Nicholson is aiming for. It's the same player that heads it away for Woking. The goalkeeper, I think, he's fouled Will Jääskeläinen. I think it's a foul by J. Rowe, but both headers so far, one by Jermaine Anderson.
Yeah, but I think 2 really good strong headers as well. We just don't want to see it. We want to see first contact from Boston in that box. It gives us every opportunity then of getting something from it.
Jääskeläinen's going to take this free kick on the goal kick line, plays it across to Oakley, and Boston looking to press higher. Oakley clears, but only clears it into touch, and it'll be Nicholson to take the throw, but I don't think it's one that he's going to aim for the penalty. It's just because it's in on the left hand side where he does take them in front of the Boston fans on the far side. Hill making a run, Nicholson choosing not to use it. Instead throws it in towards Knowles. Knowles can't get there, and Chickson's going to leave that for his goalkeeper, who called for it very early. Hazel's claiming something. I think he felt it might have hit Chickson's hand, but the referee not interested, and it's Jääskeläinen rolls it to Chickson, and Woking are going to start again. Plays the ball back. Hazel does well there just to stop it coming back, and I think Hazel's landed awkwardly there.
No, I think he's just followed through. It's an accidental contact, but he's just followed through and kicked his side. Not intentional for me.
It's Tunji Akinola, the other centre half, number 16. On Hazel, but things like that, Hazel charging down a clearance, is what fans love to see, isn't it?
Absolutely. Maguire set that off as well. Maguire did it first, and it then triggered Jacob into action, which is again great to see. His energy, Maguire's energy is phenomenal. Really love to watch him play.
I think for me, he's certainly the most improved under Graham Coughlin from earlier in the season. But it's the visitors coming forward. It's a long ball forward, but it won't quite fall for the number 11 Denon Lewis, and Gregory will gather in and throws that to Green. Now Hill to Nicholson. Boston, nice. It is a 3, I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's nice to see Gyro being so high up the pitch area. Looked like there's 4 high players from Boston then when they started off.
And here is Rowe, and he tried to play it across to Green in the left-hand side of the power straight. One of the best of balls, and it's well intercepted, and now the visitors are going to come forward with Harry Beautyman. Plays that ball back, and now it's in midfield with Dale Gorman, the skipper. But Hill looking to charge this one down, and you know what Dylan Hill's going to do. He's going to press all the time, and Chickson's been forced back by Hill. Hazel's going to try and charge the keeper down here. Jaskalainen did really well to get a good clearance on that one, and then Nicholson judged that in the air, and he's cleared for a throw-in, and Woking have a throw-in attackively here for Chickson to take.
It's amazing what happens when someone presses the ball, isn't it? All of a sudden the fans get excited, the players start reacting, and this is great from Hill, from Maguire. It's really setting Boston off on their attacks and giving the fans something to get excited about.
Right from day one, Graham Coughlin said that's how he wanted his team to play, and you've seen it more and more as the weeks go by. But Gorman now has it for Woking, plays it in towards Jermaine Anderson on the right-hand side. Still goalless here. We've had 7 minutes on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, and Boston United have looked threatening coming forward, but no chances of note yet as Gorman plays that ball down the line to Effiong, who's offside.
Yeah, just gone a little bit too early. I think the fullback there, I think the striker's made a good run actually, and if the fullback plays the ball in earlier, it certainly is a good ball in that area.
Zaini Effiong is a much travelled centre forward, very effective at what he does though. 6 goals to his name this season.
He's a big lad as well. He'll put
They've got some big lads, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, we go back to the Eastleigh game 2 weeks ago, and there was a very big, strong, industrious side, and that didn't really match Boston on the day. But hopefully they'll get a bit more change out of these today.
Boston's ball forward is headed away, then Green heads it forward. Akinola for Woking heads away. Road as well to get up. Then Knowles does really well to get that ball out to Maguire on the right hand side. Maguire just hooks it in towards Hazel's got his back into the defender. They're trying to bring this ball down now. Hazel's so unlucky there, he just overrun it, and Dion Kelly Evans will clear, but Hazel really unlucky. There's Boston looking to try and win the ball back, and Woking, to be fair, played this one out really well. Gorman now plays it into Anderson. It's his ball over the top, looking for that run again. Out comes Gregory, did really well. It was Denon Lewis that was running in, and sweeper keeper did really well there. Boston have picked it up in midfield now. Maguire's ball forward. He kicked it one way. I think Knowles was going to go the other, and Woking have it back. But it's a lively start to this match. Both teams clearly looking to get forward.
It's definitely exciting to see. It's more aggressive than it felt my last game against Eastleigh. As you can see, looking at the pitch now, there's 3 really high up the pitch. We talked about pressing. I think it's really important that the press impacts and don't get picked off.
As Effiong gives away a free kick, getting Zach Mills, who got in front there. I think Maguire is playing further forward than he did on Tuesday as well.
He's right up there, isn't he? He's right up amongst that, which is good to see. I think his energy lends itself well. I don't know if that's a defensive mechanism in terms of stopping them playing. Woking may have a deep line midfielder they want to depossess, and Maguire would be ideal for that.
Saw Woking play Gainsborough in their trophy run earlier in the season. They're a very good football inside under Neil Ardley. He's really turned this club's fortunes around. It's going to be a tough one. Hazel left that one. I don't know if he'd have got it anyway, thinking Rowe was behind him. Rowe wasn't. The ball's gone out for a throw-in the left-back position. It'll be taken by Adam Chickson, number 15. Still goalless, and Chickson gets the ball back. Rowe and Hazel both try and win that, and Chickson did really well. It's a proper 50-50 challenge that the Woking man comes away with, and now it's the visitors with Gorman. Looks to play that ball out to the right-hand side. Boston will have some defending to do, but Gorman seems to be trying to pull the strings, although he's inside his own half at the moment, the skipper. Plays that ball across to the number 16, Tunja Akinola. His ball forward to the number 11, Denon, and he plays 1-2 with Effiong. Denon has it again. This is good play from Woking. Boston have some defending to do. Jermaine Anderson now is looking, although it might come for a shot from distance from Gorman. It's well blocked, and then that looked like a foul, was it? No, referee's played on.
It's a good phase of play there from Woking. Good interchange in the midfield to get it out wide. Really good phase of play. First bit of football that they've had in this game so far.
It certainly is, and they're coming forward again now with the number 6, Jamie Andrews, and it's his ball forward. It's overhit and gathered in by Cameron Gregory. Both goalkeepers short sleeve shirts today. It's a lovely day here at the Jakeman's.
It is in half the stadium. It's freezing up here.
Yes, we don't get the sun. We don't get the rain, to be fair, either, when the weather's bad.
I'm quite jealous at the minute. I'm seeing some of the fans basking in the sun, and I'm wondering why I haven't got a coat on.
I don't think your headset will stretch to the other side, otherwise we'd send you over there. Woking have a throw. It's a slice clearance from Cameron Gregory. Still goalless then here, and we're still really waiting for the first chance of note. 11 minutes played. Chickson's going to take the throw in. Gets the ball back for Woking, then it's his ball down the line that's not going anywhere. Under pressure from Maguire, and Boston have a throw themselves for Connor Teal to take.
Games just seem to have gone a little bit flat after a really good, first 5 or 6 minutes. I think this is where Boston have really got to put their stake on the game and get it really exciting for the fans, get the crowd buzzing. I'd really like to see a bit more tempo in the game. J. Rowe
wins a throw for Boston United, which Hazel was going to take quickly, and actually the referees made them come back. So Connor Teal's going to take it just in front of Graham Coughlin to Hazel, back to Teal in his blue boots, plays it into Maguire, tries to lay out to Hazel. It was unlucky, well intercepted and Woking clear. Boston certainly pressing high as Richards heads that ball forward, and a foul then by Knowles on Akinola, and a free kick to the Cardinals.
Yeah, just got caught the wrong side of him there, Knowles, and just sat his hip into him a little bit, and it's a foul.
Woking try and play their way out, but Boston have won the ball back now with Hill inside the Woking half, and Knowles is the option over on the right hand side. Rowe is coming up to support. Knowles goes back to Dylan Hill, chips that ball in towards Maguire just inside the area, then runs out, but he's on that right hand side, drills that ball in. It nearly reached Hazel. It's well dealt with by Gorman. Woking clear, but Boston certainly high up the pitch, putting the pressure on here. Woking want to play it out, and that high pressure has won Boston another throw in.
And you see the manager there, Coughlin's come out there really quickly. He wants it done quickly as well. He wants the ball in hand and going again. You can see the tempo of the game. He can feel that it needs to be up a little bit more.
And he could feel the appreciation from the crowd around us that winning that throw just by pressing. It's
what's needed.
Teal throws it in. That's come off ahead of Woking, but Akinola will keep this ball in before he clears it. And then there's a good flick on there from Beautyman, and then Effiong brings that down well on the halfway line, but Mills wins it back and then tries to backheel it past Effiong, who concedes the throw. And again, the crowd just appreciating everything Boston are doing, and they're enjoying this season, the Boston United fans. But I'm sure like us, you just don't want it to be a one-off at this level. 9 points is the gap at the moment. Can Boston close that gap today with a win, as the throw in is flicked on by Rowe? Hazel now looking to bring it down in the air. He's still going Jacob Hayes. He got two round him. He did well there, the Boston United forward. He was dispossessed in the end, and Woking clear, and it won't quite reach Effiong on halfway because Dylan Hill did well to read it. Teal looks to play it down the line again. Charged down as Graham Cochrane's got his thumb up. He's talking to Cameron Green right on the other side of the pitch. I think he wants Green and Rowe as far forward as they can get, really.
Yeah, he is pushing him on it, and rightly so. If there's a ball that comes in on that side, then there was only Jacob Hazel and Knowles in the box, and he wants a third option.
Well, right in front of us, you can hear the crowd weren't happy. Maguire happy. He seems to have fouled Andrews. Maguire letting him know he's not happy with that. Andrews, who's a little bit taller than Maguire, just having a few verbals with each other. No harm in that. It looked a free kick, albeit maybe soft. See why Maguire's annoyed, but I think it was a foul.
Yeah, and I think what Maguire's saying here is, it's no need to. You've got the foul. There's no need to go down rolling around like you're being hit by a truck. It's a foul. Take the foul, get up and carry on. Trying to get people booked.
It's a free kick to Woking. 15 minutes played.
I don't mind that, from Maguire. Don't mind that at all. We're at home. He's got every right to, be emotional and put himself around the opposition, getting their heads.
Exactly, and he's not been booked, so
absolutely
great.
Do it in the right way.
Exactly. Jääskeläinen takes this free kick towards Effingham and wins the flick on ahead of Mills, but that'll go through to Gregory, who throws it out quick and fires Cameron Green on the left hand side. His ball forward towards Maguire. Can Hazel get the right side of Akinola, who does well, the defender, just to get ahead onto it? And I'd have to say the centre halves have started very well for Woking.
Yeah, they've got to be.
The two at the back.
Yeah, they're really going to have to be at the best today. Jacob's really lively. You've got Knowles up there, and you've got Maguire all putting them under pressure. And if we can get a turnover of the ball in the midfield, they're going to find themselves outnumbered quite quickly. And I really like the look of this. As long as the tempo's right and get the ball back in the right area.
Denon Lewis, who I've been calling Lewis Denon for the first 15 minutes, plays the ball across. Well, it's the visitors that are coming forward now with Gorman. Plays it to Dion Kelly-Evans. This is a good move now. It's Anderson on the right-hand side. Ball in the box, cleared away by Mills. Also, by the way, Mark, apologies, I wasn't insulting your intelligence when I said the two centre-halves and I said those at the back. I know you know they're the ones at the back. I don't know why I said it.
It went straight over my head. It's okay.
Oh, good.
It's all love.
You're very good. Very good. Anyways, Woking coming forward now. Chickson plays the ball in. Mills did really well to get ahead onto that, but it comes back to Denon Lewis now, the number 11, running towards the penalty area. That's really well won back by J. Rowe. He just stood strong and clears to Boston United. Hazel's going to try and get on the end of this. It's a real battle here with Hazel and Akinola, and Hazel does so well to win that for Boston. Lays it off to Maguire, who's the next man up there. And then Andrews does well to win it, but Boston have actually benefited from that because it's come to Green on the left-hand side. Can he deliver this ball in the area? Still going Cameron Green, chips the ball in. Oh, it's a great ball in. Comes across to J. Rowe on the right-hand side. Rowe takes touch, drills it across. It goes behind everybody, and it'll be cleared by Gorman.
I think that was the point. That was the point Coughlin was making there. Previously to Green, was when the ball's in wide areas, you've got to make it up on the opposite side, and Rowe needed to be in there because that was potentially an opportunity earlier in that phase of play.
Boston fans generating the atmosphere here at the Jatemans as Connor Teal brings this ball forward, plays it through the player's leg, out to Rowe on the right-hand side. J. Rowe with the cross. It's again behind Hazel this time, cleared away. Boston just need the look of the drop ball, really, don't they? They're getting some good balls in as Teal now finds Hill.
Just keep building the momentum. That's what they need to do at the moment. Is the fans are now chirping up, and that's what we want to hear. Is just keep providing opportunities in that box.
As Green runs towards the area now, he's in the box, fires it towards goal, goes over the bar, but it's the first effort on goal. He used his right foot, tried to curl it into that top corner, and it ends up into the emptiness behind the goal.
It's well worth an opportunity as well, and again, just going from looking at Coughlin again, it's exactly what he wants to see from his wide players, creating opportunities. What I'm not seeing at the moment when the ball is wide is enough bodies in the box, so I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Maguire in there, Knowles, along with Jacob Hazel, and a late coming midfielder to come and support on any of those balls dropping on the edge of the box.
So we're back underway. The early kick-off, Barnet beat Dagenham by a goal to 0, by the way. So Boston, if they win, the gap will be 6 points, which doesn't sound a lot, does it? So it's a huge afternoon, this. Whatever the other results do, they are 9 points behind Dagenham. So they at the start of play. Dagenham on such a bad run. You had that, when you go to a ground, you have that feel of a team in trouble, and it wasn't nice. You felt it at Dagenham last week.
Yeah, again, I watched it at home on the TV, and it didn't look like there was a club that felt they was going to be able to get themselves out of trouble in that game. It didn't look like scoring a goal, and Boston were well worthy of the win on the day.
Certainly were, as Mills now brings that ball down for Boston and clears, and Jordan Richards does well to keep that ball in and hooks it forward towards Knowles, who is up against Akinola. This is what Knowles can do, and he's got it on the right hand side now. Knowles low ball in, Hazel at the near post, pulls it back to Maguire, chipped onto the crossbar by the goalkeeper Jääskeläinen. It's a great effort from Maguire. The goalkeeper did well to keep that ball out. Boston coming forward again, great ball out to Rowe on the right hand side. Rowe whips that ball across, it's headed away by Anderson. Rowe's going to try and get the end of it. It's cleared away. Is that going to go out for a throw? Yes, it is. Maguire's unlucky there.
He's very unlucky. The build-up play was excellent. You've got Jacob there holding the ball up for him, and he's played the ball perfectly for him for a first-time shot, and he's unlucky to hit the crossbar.
And Boston just have to score. They're on top at the moment. The atmosphere's really generated. They've won a free kick now. Foul on Richards. just inside the Woking half and another chance to get the ball in the box.
I'm just watching the gaffer down there, Coughlin, and he's literally trying to get that ball on as quickly as possible. Every opportunity it's coming out, he's running out himself. It's great to see, and I hope hopefully the team continues, because you can hear the crowd now generating some buzz around the ground as well.
When the teams met at Woking, it was the first game after Ian Culverhouse. Martin Woods was interim charge. So, and they lost 1-0. So they'll be looking to avenge that. They certainly played better against Oldham than they did earlier in the season. They're doing it again against Woking as the ball across towards Rowe at the back post. Heads it across Gorman, can't get there. Jordan Richards now brings that down. Can't quite lay it off to Hill, who drills it in the area. Then Richards gets a shot in. Comes off a defender. That's going to go out for a corner, isn't it? Or has it come off one of the Boston players? I must have hit. I think it hit Hazel, actually.
Yeah, he looked
very
like
hard when you got a crowded box. But
absolutely. I don't think there's much you can do about that.
I think the fact no one ran to keep that in from Woking made me realise might be a goal kick. It's been a brilliant first 21 minutes there for Boston United, but it is still 0-0. A couple of chances already. Maguire with the best one, which was, had to give the goalkeeper credit for keeping it out. Jaskelainen, who's going to go long, something Woking do not like to do, although they have got Effiong up front, and that's he who wins the flick on. Mills will look to win the second ball. He doesn't, but then Jordan Richards wins the third ball, but it goes out for a throw in front of Neil Ardley, the Woking manager. And a little bit the opposite here, whereas Graham Coughlin's desperate to get the game going as quick as possible. I think Woking will be keen just to maybe take a bit of sting out of it, won't they?
I've just seen their coaching staff just accidentally miss the ball, so it can roll on and roll out. So that all one. So they're starting them games. They'll be happy. They know Boston are on top at the moment, so they want to let the game settle down a little bit.
Woking have got it at the back now with Jaskelainen and Akinola playing the ball amongst themselves, and Knowles has charged that down. It's inside the penalty. It's a good header away by the number 6 Andrews, but Hill has it now on the right hand side for Boston United. Gives it to Rowe, back to Hill, back to Rowe on this right hand side. Hill overlapped but then went offside, so he plays it in towards Maguire. He's well dispossessed there, Maguire, and Woking will look to try and play this one out now with Jermaine Anderson. Plays it across to Dion Kelly Evans in the right back position. Gorman now, they'll just be wanting a bit of possession, I think. Woking, they're certainly a possession side, but they like to play football when they can. They're working this 1-2, and Effiong's going to try and get on the end of it. Mills has done well to come across and deal with that, and then turns past Effiong like he's not there. Oh, then he's given the ball away. Effiong wins it back. Beautyman, that's a lovely touch to Lewis. Dannon Lewis trying to make space for a shot. Boston have got men back now. Anderson, edge of the area, running towards the area. Is he going to get the shot in? Yes, he is, and it's saved well by Gregory at the net post. Tries to get the rebound. It's still in, and it's got in. Woking have taken the lead. Boston struggled to clear. It's Beautyman with the finish against the run of play. It's Boston 0, Woking 1.
You know, when Mills gave the ball away there, I just had a feeling that it was going to cost them. It was a really bad area of the pitch. He's give the ball away, and Woking have fully capitalised on it. Disappointing from the skipper there. A little bit of experience knowing you're on top. Maybe, turning that ball in behind wouldn't have been such a bad idea, and letting Jacob run on like he has all game. But it's been very positive. Need to put it behind them now and move on.
It's the first real attack Woking have had.
It's pretty much the first mistake anyone at the back has made as well. So again, disappointing, but got to move on.
I think the manager just letting Zach Mills know. just watching there.
Rightly so as well, because that they're avoidable things. If the opposition are going to score a goal, let it be a wonder goal. Let it be something that they really deserve. Not giving goals away like that. That's cheap.
I think also you look, Jermaine Anderson, he's the one who had the first shot. He's running towards the area. Nobody charged him down. There's a few things. The goalkeeper, I think he's unlucky. It's a good save. Boston will be so disappointed with that, but they'll have seen enough to know they can get back in this game.
Oh, absolutely. It's the first. We've just said a minute before that the coaching staff of Woking are trying to slow the game down because Boston are on top, and then a minute later, Boston find themselves a goal down.
Well, that's a situation, but plenty of time. They were 1 down last time we were together, Mark.
Yeah,
beat York 3-1.
We're clearly good luck omens
at home. We'll forget Tamworth
and easily.
Anyway, it's 1-0 to Woking. Boston just need to start again. They've played really well.
They've still got the 3 high up the pitch. I think they, just to continue with that and put that goal behind them and get one back. There's goals in this side.
Certainly is, and the crowd's just gone quiet. I think they're a little bit stunned by what they've seen, and Boston definitely don't want to be conceding a second because it's the visitors coming forward with that goal scorer, Beautyman. Lays it off. Boston looking to try and win it back, but the ball is switched to Chickson on the left-hand side now.
The overload here as well.
It's across towards that back post where Effiong is. Oh, he's headed it wide. That's a real chance for 2-0. It's the right man in the right place for Woking, and he probably should do better.
Yeah, he should, and it's across the edge of the box, unchallenged from Chickson, and Jai Rose found himself overloaded on the outside. We need to get midfielders across there to support him in this formation. We have to slide across quickly. It's hard, but it's got to be done, and we can't be allowing them to be overloaded and getting free crosses into the box. It's unlucky that they haven't got another one there.
Well, there's that a little bit of luck Boston need. As Graham Coughlin is, I think he's gone for a sit down. Lee Bullen has appeared on the touchline at the moment, but it's 1-0, and Boston just need to get that momentum back. So they were well on top as Richards plays that ball over the top. Noel's going to try and get to the end of this one. Akinola, who's been outstanding, does well again there for Woking, but Hill wins it back in midfield, does well there. The number 24 out to Green on the left-hand side now, looking to try and make space to get the crossing. Green still going, drills it in near post, takes a deflection, corner to Boston. Better again.
Yeah, better. They've reacted really well actually, and that's what we want to see. Hopefully they get the crowd back on side and put some pressure on this Woking defence, and let's see if we can get a goal in the next 5 minutes and turn this into a real good opportunity to go and get something else before half time.
The 27th minute, Maguire will take the corner. I think it's Boston's first corner. They've had a couple of throw-ins, but I think it's the first corner, which means Nicholson's another threat from this set piece. Boston do here. Here goes Maguire in it. It's headed away by Jermaine Anderson, who's winning a lot from set pieces for Woking. Richards goes back to Green, who's on his own on the halfway line, but they've stayed up the big men from the back. Gives it to Hill to try and change the angle. Hill plays the ball forward to Nicholson, who's on the right back, plays it across the area. Hazel trying to turn, his shot is blocked. It'll come out to Maguire now. Maguire trying to make space for a shot, he just can't quite get it under his feet. Everybody back for Woking. Boston looking to try and capitalise. Hill with a cross, it takes a deflection. Mills going to try and make something of this on the left hand side, but the visitors have won it back, and Anderson will look to clear, and that's a dreadful clearance. But it goes out for a throw in over on the right hand side for Boston, not quite Nicholson territory, so Teal will come across, I'm sure, to take this one. Or did it deflect? It wasn't even a dreadful clearance, and it's a very good clearance that took a deflection, but it's to throw into Woking. And well, if you thought they were taking the time at 0-0, and you can't blame them, I think we're going to see a lot of this while it's still 1-0.
Absolutely, and I'd do exactly the same if I was their manager, slowing it down and taking our time while we can.
Maguire picks it up there for Boston, finds Knowles. Green again is the option. He's been a brilliant outlay so far. Cameron Green on that left hand side, looking to run at Dion Kelly Evans. He's had the beating of him quite a bit so far, Green. This time though looks to pull it back to Hill. Hill first time cross is blocked by Beautyman. Boston have a throw in left hand side. Nicholson comes across to take.
Yeah, let's see what we can get from this. Again, just keeping momentum's key at the moment. Just seeing the ball in the box, I'd just keep going on about this, but we've got to get the first contact. If this is such an opportunity.
Well, plenty of players. It's the number 4, Ockley, who's been winning them so far. As there comes the throw, there's Ockley that heads it away again. And they're good headers as well as that is. It's out the area, it's on the right hand side, and they're forcing Jordan Richards to go back to the halfway line where Green is. But again, Boston have left men up. Green now looking for Nicholson on the far side. Nicholson does well to win that header, but unfortunately it goes out of play for a goal kick. Probably connected with it too well, Brad Nicholson, and it's a goal kick to Woking.
I think when I'm seeing those balls go in and the opportunity where we've got someone at the back to put a ball in, it looks very flat up top. You've almost got 7 or 8 Boston players on the edge of the 18-yard box, all in a line, and it's got to be an hell of a ball to hit someone. I'd like to see a little bit more movement.
So thoughts of Mark Clifford back with us today on BBC Radio Lincolnshire as the visitors are leading here by a goal. So Boston again have won the ball hard at the pitch. They continue to do so. Hill plays it across to Teal. Oh, he's overhit that. Jay Rose fuming with Teal for the pass there. It was a simple pass and it was hit too hard, not accurate enough. Throw into Woking.
Yeah, not a lot of care in there. Just take a bit of care. This is where you need your experienced players now, just to settle the lads down. Just take your time with the pass, keep the ball, keep momentum.
Woking gain a few yards with the throw, needed to be headed away by Mills, and Chickson, the left back, will come up to take this one. And throws it back to Akinola up against Knowles, and Knowles has done really well to win that back. Can he get there first? No, it's the other centre half. Ockley comes across and does really well. It's cleared away by him. Woking growing in confidence as this game goes on. We know they're a good football inside as Gorman plays the ball out to Dion Kelly-Evans on the right hand side, finds Gorman, the skipper, and Boston have some defending to do here as Kelly-Evans goes back to Gorman, plays that ball inside. Boston just trying to keep the shape as it's now back with the centre half, Chinwike Ockley. That's a good ball forward, find Buteman in a bit of space here. Harry Buteman looking to twist and turn and make space for a shot, but he can't, so he goes out to the right hand side where Jermaine Anderson is. He's been a threat all game into Effiong, back to Gorman. Gorman now with the cross into the area. Boston struggling to deal with this one, and thankfully the offside flag goes up.
Yeah, it's a good pass there. It broke the line. They broke the lines of Boston then, and he found himself right on the edge of our back four, which it was a little bit worrying. Jordan Richards came across, put a little bit of pressure on, just to nullify that threat. But a great pass there, just to break the line of 3 or 4 Boston players.
We'll go through the National League scores with you in a second, but games for Trinity locally winning by 2-0 against Bamber Bridge. Here Boston trail 1-0 as the Denon Lewis falls over trying to clear. Boston going to throw him on the right hand side. Nicholson doesn't want this one. It's going to be Teal to take. Connor Teal, the centre half, throws it in towards the head of Rowe. Rowe did get the flick on, but it's cleared away by Gorman, and then Effiong. Such an outlay up front, isn't he? The big centre forward, and he's held that ball up well and kept possession back to Chickson. Into Andrews now for Woking. He plays it across to Gorman, and it's good football this from Woking. They certainly look a threat coming forward. Jermaine Anderson looking to turn. Boston looking to try and win the ball high up the pitch again, and that's what Richards almost did. Maguire trying to get on the end of that one, but they've passed the way around this one really well, Woking, to be fair, and it's now with Dion Kelly-Evans. Now Harry Buteman, back to Kelly-Evans looking for Buteman. Jordan Richards has won the ball back there for Boston United. It's their turn to try and come forward now with Dylan Hill, who's done really well running across the pitch here with the ball. Rowe is the ball on the right hand side, and that's where it goes. Jay Rowe trying to make himself some space to have a run towards the penalty area down the right. That's what he does up against Lewis. Rowe holds up play and passes it past Hill to Connor Teal. It'll be Teal with the cross in there. It's missed the first man, and can they just clear it? Yes, they can. And just for a second there, it looked like it might fall to Green at the back post, but Nicholson picks it up. It's a good ball across to Teal. Boston looking to build the momentum again. Hill back to Connor Teal. Now it's with the skipper Zach Mills, and now they're going to look to come down the left hand side where Brad Nicholson picks the ball up. Now he's going to look to switch it where Jay Rowe is on this right hand side. It's a good ball to Rowe. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. It's a throw in to Woking. So the latest scores from the National League: it's Fylde 0, Braintree 0, Aldershot 1, Gateshead 1, Eastleigh 0, Hartlepool 1, Halifax 1, Yeovil 0, Maidenhead 0, Sutton 1, Rochdale 1, Wealdstone 0, Solihull 0, Ebbsfleet 0, Southend 1, Altrincham 0, Tamworth 0, Oldham 0. York and Forest Green play in the evening game. Barnet have beaten Dagenham by a goal to 0 already today. So if Boston can get the win, they will close the gap to 6 points, whatever happens in them other games. But at the moment they trail 1-0.
Just again, just a good phase of players. Just looking at the 2 centre forwards in today's game, it's they're having a real good impact for their teams. We've seen that phase of play for Woking just before that, where the big boy up front, is it who we got? Is it Akinola?
Up front is Effiong.
Effiong, he's just held the ball up so well right in front of us, and they ended up having 15-20 passes. Jacob Hazel's doing a very similar job for Boston, and it's really important that they do that for their teams.
Here is again Jacob Hazel trying to bring that one down in the area. Richards will pick this up for Boston in midfield, plays it forward, but that's going to go out for a Woking throw, and
there's lots of pressure. There's lots of pressure still. I still think they're pressing in the right areas. I still think they're winning the second balls in the right areas, and I just wouldn't want them to get too frustrated and try and change things. It's just keep going. I think it should be the message. Keep going as you are. We should get the rewards.
Well, the referee's pointed out to Chickson, who's the one that seems to be trying to slow everything down, that's twice now. I mean, I imagine if he thinks he's time wasting again, it'd be a yellow card, which I always think, especially in the first half, something you definitely don't want to be getting.
It's a long way to go, isn't it, if he gets one now.
Boston have a throw in on the right hand side. Teal to take it. And again, Hazel and Rowe are going to be the targets. It goes over Rowe, doesn't quite reach Hazel. Hill try and win that in midfield, but Effiong's going to bring this one down, is he? No, Mills as well to win that ball back. Teal back to Nicholson. Nicholson driving forward and then playing it out to the left hand side where Cameron Green is. Green to Richards, back to Green.
I think there's an opportunity from Nicholson to play that ball a little bit earlier then. If he gives it to Green earlier, there's almost a 1v1. After he has a second and the third touch, it almost allows Woking to get back into shape and shift along. So I think it's about moving the ball in those situations, getting the ball into those areas you want it to be wide quicker.
Well, J. Rowe has conceded a throw in there. It was a ball into him from Hill. He tried to turn his man. Chickson, who that's the quickest he's taken a throw in all afternoon, and wins another one off Dylan Hill.
Excellent pressing again from Dylan Hill. I really like these two, Maguire. Hill and Maguire, whenever they're around anything, they're not the only two, but just in terms of setting momentum off in a press, they're really two good assets for Boston.
Chickson with the throw is flicked on by Lewis. Mills will play that ball back to, just for a second there, I think some of the fans thought that was a short back pass. Gregory dealing with it easily. Effiong holding it up. He's such a strength up top there, isn't he? And now Woking are coming forward again. It's Dion Kelly Evans over on the far side, plays that ball in towards Jermaine Anderson, right hand side, just inside of the penalty area. Goes back to Kelly Evans, who faked the cross, gives it to Gorman. Now it's with Andrews, the number 6 for Woking. Back to Dale Gorman. Again, it's the possession play from the visitors trying to work their way forward, but Boston have won the ball back through Dylan Hill. Hill battling away here. Can he lay that ball off to Rowe? Yes, he can, and Boston will look to regroup and come forward. Hazel inside his own half though. Jacob Hazel needs to be getting forward. Rowe now looks to play the ball down the line. It comes off the defender Chickson, and Boston have a throw in, and Jay Rowe stood in front of Graham Coughlin. Well, he's gained a few yards where he's going to take this as he's going to leave it for Teal. Connor Teal saying he'll have it, and that's the tactic. The tactic seems to be to aiming for Rowe, who's very good in the air.
Yeah, and he's got not a bad throw himself, Teal, so he don't always need Nicholson.
No.
You know, he's got a decent throw on him, and we're getting something from it like this.
Rowe managed to flick the first one on towards Hazel. They've gone back to the goalkeeper, who did well in the Onyaska line, and towards Effiong. That's a great header from the centre forward. Heads it across the pitch where Jermaine Anderson will pick the ball up here for Woking. So it's Boston 0, Woking 1. We've got 8 minutes to go till half time as Hill tries to win the ball back for Boston United, but it's the visitors picking up in midfield. I definitely think Woking have improved since they've taken the lead.
Yeah, I think they had to, in all fairness. I think Boston were edging it, but
as they kick the ball straight out.
Yes, commentator's curse, right? Yeah, I think Effion's been the difference for them. When it goes up, it sticks. He makes something happen for his team, and I think the strikers like him. I know he's been around a long time, got a lot of experience, but I'm sure he'd be dragging points out of them this year. And he'll be vital for in their running as well.
Certainly would, and Boston have had games where they've come from behind to win this campaign, so it's certainly not over yet as Chickson brings this ball down for the visitors, and again it's calm play out there, but Boston will look to try and challenge high at the pitch. That's what Teal does there, and then it's a foul by Dannon Lewis and a free kick to Boston. Good play there. It's recently Dagenham they were a goal down, ended up winning the game. York here they were a goal down, ended up winning the game. They can come from behind Boston, and hopefully this will be another one. Gateshead in the trophy they were a goal down, ended up winning the game. They've certainly got a comeback to them under Graham Coughlin.
Yeah, I mean the referee, I felt the fans were a little bit disappointed there because that's not really where that first foul happened.
It's further on, wasn't it?
It definitely was, yeah, a bit more inside the pitch. So again, if you look at them now set up against it along the 18-yard box, a little bit flat.
Green, left footer, swings the ball in, and he's just over-hit really. No one taking much of a gamble. Nicholson was the closest to it, and it's through to the keeper, Jääskeläinen.
I think that sometimes what you need is a bit of a deep line runner who gets an opportunity to get a run on that. When you're flat, you're all running from a standing start, and I think sometimes it does need a midfield runner running from deeper with that momentum that beats the back four in those situations.
Boston again looking to press high as Kelly Evans has it in the right back position here. Gorman looks to clear. Certainly playing with a lot of confidence, Woking. Such a change in their style this campaign, and so they're on this impressive run. Gregory has it now for Boston United, and he's looking for Jay Rowe, who's doing well against Chickson, winning most things in the air. But then Akinola doing well there for the visitors. Andrews heads away, but Hill will pick this up on the right hand side, plays that ball down, it's cleared away by the Woking defender Chickson. It's high, Taylor will win the first header, Maguire can't quite pick that one down, and now Mills couldn't control that one, and Effiong has it on the left hand side running towards the penalty. He's on his own at the moment. Nicholson has come across, Effiong now looking to lay it across to Beautyman, and in the end it was Jordan Richards that came across and did well, and then Jay Rose just punted that ball. Hazel is offside according to the referee, the linesman.
I'm not convinced. I was watching. I seen that. Then I was looking. I looked straight at Jacob, and he set off at the right time. That's not offside for me. His linesman looked at the ball when it's left his foot, and then looked up and he's seen him offside. But great time run from Jacob. That for me, not offside at all.
Jacob Hazel not happy with that decision either. So we have a good view of it here. As Gorman takes the free kick anyway, we're back underway, and it's the home side that have the ball. It's the ball forward, but nobody's made the run. That'll go through to Cameron Gregory. Just a quick weather report. It's nice and summery or springy here, but Mark Clifford's got his hood up.
It's summery in 3/4 of the ground, just not where I'm sat.
Anyway, Boston have the ball with Gregory. A long one this time, looking for the head of Knowles, beaten in the air by Ockley. Can Boston bring it down in midfield through Richards, and then a touch from Maguire finds Jay Rowe on the right hand side up against Denon Lewis. Rowe still going, trying to win something. Lewis has done well there and clears, and Effiong has he fouled Mills? Well, both players felt the other was fouling them. The referee has basically just played on.
Right decision.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. I think they both were fouling each other.
I think they were, yeah. It's a good battle actually.
Mills will be enjoying it, apart from obviously the mistake, unfortunately, but the physical battles. And that's just an overhit pass this time from Jordan Richards. Jay Rowe was in a bit of space on the right, and United just need to keep their heads up, really.
It's the right idea. They're trying the right things, and that's all we can really ask for, is that you keep trying. I think yes, is to put a little bit too much on that, but everything else is okay. They've scored a goal. They've pretty much had one effort, and they just need to be patient. And before football can change very quickly.
Teal winning a throw-in for Boston Road. Thought about taking the quick one. The referee, to be fair on him every time, is very keen on the yards, but also as long as refs are consistent with stuff like that, you don't really mind, do you? And he has been so far to both teams, as Teal takes this throw in towards the punch. It doesn't reach Knowles and didn't quite reach Rowe, so it's cleared away, and now it's Jermaine Anderson for Woking looking to bring this ball forward. Boston trailing by that goal to nil. Gorman plays that one forward towards Beautyman. His first touch gives the ball to Jordan Richards, who goes back to Cameron Gregory in goal. As we're coming up to half time, 3 minutes to go. Boston trailing by a goal to nil, and Chickson will just look to clear this one, and clears it into touch, and Lee Bullen catches it at the second attempt. And
manager's nightmare that is. You would think, shall I go for it or not? Sometimes they bounce over you and make a bit of a fool of you, and that was nearly one of those situations.
It's when managers try and play a cool first touch and it goes wrong.
Yeah, I used to tend to avoid them once.
Throwing for Teal to take, looking again for Knowles. Chickson does well to head away. Richards battling away to win that in midfield, and does. Gives it to Teal. Maguire out to Rowe on the right hand side, just keeps it in. Now Maguire for Boston United running towards the area, plays it across to Green, who's had to come inside on that left hand side. Green looking to make a bit of space. In the end, Hill makes him the option over on the left. Hill to Jordan Richards. Teal has the ball now for Boston United, plays it out to Rowe on the right hand side. Woking looking to see the half out. Rowe plays the ball in towards Maguire, and Effiong now has the ball after Maguire couldn't quite get there, and he's holding it up against Mills, and Mills battling away, but Effiong has been superb against him, you have to say, and the Woking fans really appreciating the effort the big centre forward did there.
Outstanding centre forward play that is for your team. And what I have to say is, when Woking do regain the ball back, the ball into him is a good ball. He's able to hold that and retain possession for his team. So whilst he's doing very well individually, they've got a plan, and it's working well for them.
Certainly very effective what they do, as Gregory plays it out. Chickson will clear. It's a long one. This time it's Nicholson up against Effiong, and Nicholson wins it in the air. Hill wins a flick on, but Gorman picks the ball up, look for Beautyman and couldn't quite get there. Gorman apologises, through to Gregory, and Boston will start again now with Cameron Green over in the left back position, plays it across to Nicholson, and now back to Gregory again. And Gregory
is going to go big, gamble
again, looking for the long one. Rowe this time not winning it in the air against Chickson, and then a clear fall forward from Hill's charge down, but Mills comes across to win it for Boston, plays it towards Hazel. Hazel looks to lay that off. That's really good midfield play, but I think it's Andrews here, just got in front of Maguire. They knew where the ball was going, and then Hill has won it back for Boston United. Rowe felt he was fouled there, referee not interested.
A really good ball there from Beautyman there to set his team off on another attack.
Here's Effiong now into the penalty area. Effiong's volley towards goal, just over the crossbar. He got there ahead of Mills and smashed it towards goal. And that's only just over the crossbar, Mark Clifford.
It was. I just started to say how Beautyman had come in there and he, in a tight situation, had managed to get the ball out of the area into one of his midfielders, who was able to set Effiong away on his journeys, and really should have hit the target and done better.
Boston United have got a player down. Is it Maguire?
Yes, it is Maguire.
So I think a minute ago he did seem to be holding on to his.
They're making a change.
Boston.
Yeah, they're making a change. Looks like Keaton Ward's getting ready.
Is it his calf? I think. I think it was down here. He's obviously tried to run it off. He's a huge blow if he's injured for Boston United. Like you say, Keaton Ward kitted up and ready to come on. Decent replacement, don't get me wrong. Keaton Ward's had a good season for Boston United as both teams come over. We've got a minute added on, by the way, of stoppage time, which we literally, just as the game stopped, it went up. So we'll have a minute from this substitution. But
yeah,
Frankie Maguire.
It doesn't look like they're going to make it. Oh, they are. He changed his t-shirt twice now. It was off, it was on, and it's back on again. So they are going to make the sub.
Keaton Ward had this on Tuesday, so it looked like Teal was going to come off, and then he didn't. But Frankie Maguire, big player for Boston United. We hope this is nothing too serious.
Yeah, again with the runner games coming up, you know you don't want to take any risks really, and as you said, Keaton Ward's a great replacement, very different type of player, but play Keaton in the right position, and he can be a real asset. He can pick a good pass from anywhere on the football pitch, and ultimately, you know, whilst you might lose Maguire's legs, what you'll get is a little bit more quality on the ball from Ward.
So we're now having that minute from now. Cameron Gregory to take the goal kick. And since Woking took the lead, I feel that the only chances really have been for Woking, two for Effiong. Boston, for all their effort, and they've played well, haven't created anything really since going behind.
No, they haven't, and it's been a game that's pretty much been played in the middle third, really, hasn't it? Other than their few efforts, Boston have played reasonably well, but without creating, you know, any clear-cut chances. That will be certainly something they'll try and change in the second half.
Plenty of time to go for Boston United as they have a throw in. Brad Nicholson will take it over in the left back area, just looking to gain a few yards as we wind this game down to half time towards Hazel. He's beaten in the air. The second throw for Nicholson will be taken on the halfway line now, and here he goes again, and this is a really good throw towards Knowles, right down by the corner flag. Jimmy Knowles battling away to try and win something. I'll tell you in a second, Knowles has just won it back. He's done really well there, Jimmy Knowles, but he's running the wrong way. Has to pull it back to Hill. Good pressure this from the visitors. Now Richards on the left hand side, back to Nicholson. They need to get the ball in, yes.
Needs to go in the box.
Nicholson plays it in towards the running Rowe coming in, and that was going to be half time. What I was going to say is Woking actually haven't conceded many throw-ins in terms of where there'll be a threat. Anyway, there's the half-time whistle. It's Boston 0, Woking 1. The goal from Harry Beautyman in the 23rd minute. Boston has started really well. The goalkeeper tipping one onto the bar from Maguire, who's had to go off injured. Effiong's had two other chances for Woking, and Mark Clifford. It's been a fascinating game of football. Boston maybe unlucky to be behind, but Woking have certainly grown into it.
Yeah, I think it's unlucky for Boston to go in behind, but ultimately they are behind. There's been two outstanding performances from Woking. Number 4, Akolai and Effiong have been outstanding, one at the back and one at the front, at the top, and sometimes that's made the difference at the minute, because it's a hell of a battle for Mills and for Jacob Hazel, and we need to try and get bodies around them and see if we can, you know, get some knockdowns and second balls and create some chances there. Well,
there we go. We'll be back for the second half. Half time here is Boston 0, Woking 1. Welcome back to the second half here at the Jakeman's, where it's Boston United 0, Woking 1. Harry Beautifin with that goal midway through the first half. The two teams are back out. More importantly, those of you that listened to the first half, Mark Clifford has got his coat.
I absolutely have. It's the quickest I've run for a long time. That is, for dash back to the car park and back.
So Boston United were unchanged at the start of the game, and then they've had to bring on Ward for Maguire, who went off injured just before half time. So it'll be Woking to get us back underway, but we'll go through that Boston United team. It's Cameron Gregory in goal, and then it's Rowe, Teal, Mills, Nicholson and Green as the back five. That is a 3 and then a 5 when defending. It's now Ward, Hill and Richards in midfield, with Knowles and Hazel up front. On the bench, Kieran Coates, Martin Woods, Adam Marriott, Tony Weston, James Gale and sub-goalkeeper Jake Lovelace. It's Woking to get us back underway here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. And Mark, the message from Graham Coughlin at half time, do you think pretty much the same as how they started the first half? Absolutely,
yeah. Other than, like you say, we didn't really get much traction in the penalty area latter in the first half. It would be, can we create this good phase of play into opportunities and chances? They look like they've lined up pretty much the same. We're going to get Nicholson getting these long throws in, and we've got to really capitalise on him. His son's going to play a part in this for the goalkeeper for the next 20 minutes until it passes that goal.
Well, there we go then. Brad Nicholson has the first throw in of the second half for the Pilgrims. It's such a crowded 6-yard box. Can they make the most of this? Boston United, a great throw. Goalkeeper does well to get a punch in it. Richards tried to get a shot towards goal. Woking do really well to clear, and that'll be another throw a bit further out, but Nicholson's there, and I think he'll try and throw this one in as well. Yes, he will. Although Green is offering the short pullback, and that's where the ball goes to Cameron Green. Back to Nicholson, back to Green. Can he deliver the cross? No, he can't. It's a miss-hit one.
That's disappointing. What a waste. You've got it there. If you're going to throw it short, then get the ball in the box. All the big lads are up there waiting for it. Put it in there in the mix where they want it, and have a go.
He's now back with Cameron Gregory. It's his ball out to J. Rowe. Doesn't reach there, and it's Gorman who clears away for Woking. Mills will get up and head that one for Boston United out towards Rowe. It took a big bounce. Rowe trying to win a throw, but I think that's going to go out for a Woking one. Yes, it is. Woking, it was an effort from Jermaine Anderson that's saved by Gregory, and Beautiful did really well to pick up the rebound, turn and put it into the back of the net. But in the build up to it, Zach Mills giving the ball away for Boston United. The position he didn't need to try, just needed to get rid of the ball. And Woking capitalising. They've had the two chances of note since the goal. Ini Effiong, who's been outstanding up front for them. Two chances, one a header wide, one a volley, which is unlucky not to find the back of the net. Woking have a throw in, and they, as in the first half, will look to slow everything down that Boston are doing, and it's totally understandable. That's handball from Anderson.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
Bounced up as he was slipping.
Yeah, you can't do that either, unfortunately, young man.
He kicked the ball away.
He did. He just tapped the ball away. So a very silly yellow card, needless yellow card. I hope you don't come back to bite him later on.
First yellow card of the game, Jermaine Anderson. He's got the assist for the goal, but the ball bounced as he was stumbling, and it just hit his hand. It was definitely a handball, but then as he kicks the ball away in frustration, the
unfortunate thing was he'd done the two midfielders that were tracking him, and he'd have been away had it not hit his hand.
Or fortunate from a Boston.
Absolutely, that's exactly what I meant.
I thought that's what you meant, yeah. Boston's free kick then, and now Richards is going to hook this ball in. Rowe's going to try and get on the end of that one, but it's overhit and goes out for a goal kick. But Boston already starting the second half on top with a couple of balls into that penalty area.
I'm just looking at the contrast of the two managers at the moment. You've got Neil Ardley, and I've been in the opposite dugout from Neil, a very calm, assured figure. And if we had a heat map on Coughlin, it'd be interesting. He's not stopped.
Plays every ball, doesn't he?
He plays every ball. He's from one end of the technical area to the other. He feels it. He's a passionate man.
And it's two contrasting styles that both have proven, they can be successful. Whether you've got a man full of passion on the touchline and somebody that's cool and calm, both seem to work.
Absolutely, I think you can see that in the two teams actually. You see Boston a really hard pressing team, and you've got Woking really quite calculated in terms of how they want to play when they're on the ball. So you can see that it reflects in the management.
Boston and Nicholson looking to switch that ball across to J. Rowe. He's going to get there on the right hand side. He's managed to bring it down, finds Ward, back to Rowe. Will it come back to Teal? Yes it will. Teal with the cross headed away. Boston trying to pick the second ball up, and it's with Richards, but he's quite far back. Teal now, he's looking for an option down the line, and Rowe eventually offers him one. Rowe looks to head that ball in towards Ward. That's unlucky. Ward just not quite there to pick the ball up, and Woking will bring this ball away. It's 1-0 to the Cardinals, and Effiong now brings the ball down, looking to play it out wide, and He's unlucky there with the pass, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah, just that phase of play there before when Rose headed the ball down for Ward was just not ready, and it's exactly where he needed to be. So it was unlucky. Right ideas, and we can clearly see they're trying to get that ball wide to Rose as much as possible.
Certainly do, and there is Rowe again. He's certainly the threat. Ward looks to lay it off. Boston trying to pick this one up in midfield, but it's going to go back to Jääskeläinen, whose kick swerves out to this left-hand side and goes out for a throw-in. Anderson couldn't keep it in. Green takes the throw in quickly.
Great ball.
To Nicholson, plays that ball down the line, now looking for the run of Knowles. The defender's done well to come across. Knowles will battle away, but the two defenders, Chinwai Okoli this time and Akinola, number 16, they're both now standing, but Richards has picked it up in midfield for Boston United. Crowd urging them on. Green, can he deliver a cross? Yes, he can, towards that back post where Rowe arrives. Heads it wide. It was a diving header from Jay Rowe. Did well to get in front of his man. It goes just wide.
It's exactly what we spoke about in the first half when we could see Coughlin gesturing over to Green to get in the box, and you can see that he's obviously spoke about that half time, and Rose come inside the fullback there from the cross, and he's got a header, and he should do better. There's an opportunity to score there, but it's good play. Put the ball in the box, get the wide man in.
Again, Jääskeläinen's going to go long with this goal kick, and Boston will look to pick this one up with Rowe. Hits his head towards Knowles. Rowe again picks it up on the right hand side. He's certainly having an influence, Jay Rowe, as he often does. Still going, Rose tries to shoot towards goal, and the goalkeeper gets a touch, and it's just in front of Jacob Hazel. I think Jääskeläinen has done really well there in the end, and it goes out for a corner to Boston.
He must have took a touch because Jacob Hazel looked to go odds on there to tap that in at the far post.
He's done well.
Yeah.
It's the far end from where we're sitting, but Will Jääskeläinen, who made that save in the first half onto the crossbar, saved them again there. J Rowe yet again the threat, and Boston have a corner for Keaton Ward, who was practicing corners at the interval. This time he takes it short, gets it back from Knowles. Ward, he's got to get that cross in, he can't, it's blocked by Chickson. Frustration for Boston, but Knowles picks it up on the left hand side, trying to make a bit of space before laying it off. Nicholson shoots from the edge of the area, it's blocked. Nicholson looking to pick up the second ball. It's a high foot though from Nicholson. It's a foul on Dion Kelly Evans and a free kick to Woking.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the short corner didn't quite pay off. I think the first ball in has come back out at Ward too quickly. He can't cross the ball first time. Has to take a touch,
doesn't he? Yeah.
Has to take a touch, so he's just got to take a little bit off that so he can deliver that.
This afternoon, today's attendance, including 107 visitors, is 1,787. 1787.
Well, another great attendance there. If you could hear Christian announcing it in the background, 1787 with 107 Woking fans who certainly made themselves heard here at the Jatemans. Christian will be alongside Michael for the next Boston United game live on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. All platforms away at Yeovil on Tuesday night. Mills and Effiong at it again here, and Mills wins it, but the ball's in the air. Mills needs to win the second one, does well, and the third. Really good play that for the Boston United skipper, and then plays a good ball to the left hand side where Green is into Hill. Back to Nicholson, and then back to Gregory. And Gregory with the ball again. Rowe's going to be that option. Rowe against Chickson's been a fascinating battle in the Boston right. It's Boston's right wing back against the left back of Woking. Rowe's had the better of him quite a few times. Nicholson now for Boston United. Green is the option on the left hand side, and that's where the ball goes. Can he deliver across here up against Anderson? Green does well. It's across towards that back post, just ahead. Over the head, of Jay Rowe. Just for a second there, looked like he was going to get there. It was a great leap from Rowe, to be fair. He just couldn't connect. Then he ran to pick the ball up and plays it to Richards. Ward now for Boston United. Woking forcing Boston back and doing it well, but Hill will play that ball forward towards Rowe. It's dispossessed though, and the visitors are coming forward, but no, Boston have won it back now with Jacob Hazel. What can he do? He's going to look to switch it out to Cameron Green, who's very high up on the left hand side of the pitch, on the left now, running towards the penalty area, pulls it back to Nicholson. It's his cross into the area towards Rose, headed away, and Rose fouled. Free kick.
Yeah, he's fouled him on the far post there. You can see him. He's really trying his best there to get across the defender, as he should be. He's just committed a foul, but definitely more improved when the balls are going in the box. See more desire from players to get in the box and try and get on the end of things, and hopefully it's only a matter of time before one lands and we can get a shot on target.
Here the Boston fans not happy, but Woking, understandably, any bit of momentum Boston get, they're going to try and just suck the life out of it and It's understandable as Effiong does well to win that header against Mills. Woking picking up in midfield now with Gorman. Kelly Evans on the right hand side.
That's good
looking
pressing.
to win the ball back. They do through Green. Now Knowles left hand side runs in towards the penalty. What can Jimmy Knowles do here? Gets on his left foot, shoots. Great defending by Akoli, and it doesn't even go out unfortunately for Boston for a set piece. It does now though. Pressure from Hill wins Boston a throw in on the left hand side. Now comes Nicholson.
Yeah, well done. Really good pressing there. I think there was an opportunity to press initially, and they kind of was a bit patient. Saw their opportunity, pounced, and off they went into an attack after winning the ball back in a good area.
Mills, Teal, Rowe, they're all the threat. Hazel obviously up there from this throw in from Nicholson. It's a big one towards that back post. Mills can't quite get his head on it. Can they pick the second ball up? Ward stops the clearance, but then the second clearance is completed. Hill now on the right hand side takes an extra touch than he probably needed to. Dylan Hill here, and he's dispossessed, but Boston should have been, but that's a foul surely on Jordan Richards. Referee not interested, but the referee's played on, and here's Nicholson now on the left hand side. Comes inside, Brad Nicholson shoots, it's blocked. Woking win it back. Richards needs to win this one and does. Effiong would have been away there, but Richards does well. Plays it in towards J. Rowe, turning right hand side of the penalty area. Shots blocked by Chickson. He's going to look to clear for Woking. It was so calm when it comes to things like that. And Boston have won the ball back with Hazel. Out to Rowe on the right hand side. Can they get themselves level here, Boston United? There's an overlapping run. Ball into the box. Comes off the defender. Corner to Boston.
Really good to see again. Look, there's 5 players in the box here when the ball's wide. A vast difference to what we saw in the first half. And it's just got to get that ball in the box as soon as possible. Put the ball in and let's see what we can get.
Keaton Waters on corner kick duties, having come on for the injured Maguire just before half time. But an outswinger here. Can Boston get themselves level? Woking are dealing with a set piece as well so far. Ward with this corner, and the referee's seen something. You felt the referee was blowing his whistle, literally ready to blow his whistle as soon as that kick was taken.
Yeah, can't be giving poor free kicks away there. We've got to not be making silly fouls. I can see Keaton's having that discussion with Jai. I think it looks like Jai Rowe there is basically don't give it away. It's a good ball in as well, and there's an opportunity. Don't give anyone an opportunity to stop your flow, your play.
You need to make the opposition work, don't you, instead of just making it easy for them. But anyway, it's a free kick to be taken by Jääskeläinen. Boston 0, Woking 1, 57 minutes played here. Boston 4 away games following this one. Desperate for something before the end of this game. Nicholson wins it against Effiong, but it's ended up being a throw in to Woking. And it will be taken by the number 6, Jamie Andrews.
Looks like it's going to be a long throw here.
We've got a long one, yes.
Yeah, they were sending all the bodies forward.
Well, they have got a lot of big men, Woking.
Yeah, we need to defend this. It's a really
Effiong,
crucial time
Anderson,
in the game.
Akoli, Akinola, to name a few. And if the ball comes up to Gorman, he's got a good shot on him. Beautyman is a threat. They have got options here for Andrews to throw it in. Don't quite reach the 6-yard box. Mills does well to clear, and Boston are looking to bring this one away. Can they counter? It'll be 3-on-3 if they get this right, Boston United. It's Ward. He's got Green trying to get past him on the right. Woking have managed to get some men back. That's a terrible ball by Ward. And it ends up going out for a throw into Boston.
Yeah, just wrong decision there. I thought he could have played an early one through to Knowles. You know, he's got enough quality to do that. Put it into an area, let Knowles go and attack it on the edge of the 18-yard box and get a shot away at goal maybe. But, you know, he needs to warm into this game quickly, does Ward.
Certainly does. Teal takes the throw in and then give him the ball away, Boston. It's the ball long, looking for Effiong, but Nicholson and Mills between them. I think it was Mills in the end that got there. Goes back to Cameron Gregory. Goes out to Brad Nicholson.
That's a ball.
Boston, that's the ball over the top. Can Ward get there? Goalkeeper's done well. Jääskeläinen read it early, comes out and does a diving header. Boston looking to pick this one up again now. Hill, Green's the option on the left hand side, surely, and that's where the ball goes. Cameron Green now, can he deliver across? He's running at the defender. And is he winning Boston a corner? Yes, he is. Ball just seemed to trickle out of play there. It's another set piece for Boston. They've certainly got that momentum again. They're on top, but they've just got to create that chance, haven't they?
Yeah, going to be the word for the next potential 30 minutes is momentum. Can we keep it? And can you capitalise from it? That's the key thing. You have to capitalise on key parts in the game, and this is another opportunity for Boston to do so.
Ward with the in-swinging corner towards that 6-yard box. Goalkeeper came and I think he missed it. I think one of the defenders got on the end of it. But this is what Woking are doing very well. They're picking up the second ball, and that's exactly what Dan and Lewis did. Looks to play the 1-2, and now Woking have got it on the halfway line. Though Jordan Richards as well to win that and win a free kick for Boston United on the halfway line. Yeah, he's done well there, Richards, because they are looking a threat on the counter, aren't they?
They are. They're very, very cool. They've got a clear plan as to what they want to do. There's a first pass and a second one, and then there's a midfield runner always available.
Nicholson plays that ball forward. Ward's not going to get on the end of that. That should trickle out. No real pressure under Dion Kelly Evans either. It's a waste.
I think sometimes you've got to know your players. Ward's not going to run away from people. He's not going to spin in behind and have that pace. You've got to get into his feet and get something happening from the quality when the ball's in and around his feet.
And they're looking to play it out from the back again. Woking, they've got the ball forward. Beautyman will bring that down on the halfway line. One back by Nicholson as Beautyman stays on the floor. Green, left hand side again for Boston United. He's been the threat in this second half. Cameron Green, can he pull this one back to Ward? Yes, he can. Ward trying to make space for the shot. Dinks it towards the back post, heading towards goal from Rowe wide. But he comes across his man. They're adamant it's a corner, Boston United. You look at the direction of the ball, it probably is a corner. Goal kick given.
You can normally go from the reaction of the fans, and I think that's a resounding corner. Yeah, resounding corner. And that chant also tells us that what they think about him. You don't know what you're doing.
Well, the Boston United manager showing his was not happy with the refereeing on Tuesday night. We'll hear from him at the end of the game again today, alongside one of the Boston United players, Jaskalainen, and it's one of them, isn't it? Putting our Boston hats on, this is frustrating, the time wasting, but every team does it. It's part of the game.
Yeah, it is, and it's called game management, and they're managing the game really well at the moment, Woking.
Yeah, I agree.
And ultimately that's their job.
But very interesting if Boston was to score, how Woking's approach would change, if it would, because even at 0-0 they were looking to take the sting out of the game, weren't they?
Absolutely, you could see what they was coming there. They'd be happy with a point here today, Woking, and ultimately in this scenario we're in right now, Boston may also be happy with a point.
So it's a throw into Woking over on the far side. The ball ended up going over the stand. So it's it's
got to be booked for
yellow.
this. Yeah. He doesn't need to touch it. He's not allowed to touch it.
It's Gorman, the skipper. And if you're Neil Ardley, you're absolutely right. The game management's been good, but the 2 yellow cards they've picked up this second half, it's just ill discipline.
It's getting the balance right, because ultimately what could happen is if it's done right, you get the opposition fans going against you, which because it's frustrating them. If they get behind their team, it could galvanise them. So it's getting the balance right.
Well, it's something Graham Coughlin has touched on, how the Boston fans have been their 12th man at times this campaign, and it's them that are coming forward as Marriott and Gale are ready to come on for Boston United. About this time they tend to come on as Hill plays that ball in towards Rowe again at the back post, again winning the header, heading it down and wide.
Yeah, another good chance. He's getting in, he's getting opportunities here, he's getting his timing just about right. Hopefully there's 2 positive changes here.
Well, these 2 have come on for Knowles and Hazel the last 2 games. It's a bit earlier than the last 2. We've only just had over an hour, whereas during the week I think it was something like 17. It was even later against Dagenham last week. But Jacob Hazel, you know what you're going to get, works hard, gives 100% every time, very popular here, as is Jimmy Knowles, and it's the change up front that's been effective, to be fair, the last 2 games.
He's not happy.
Gale.
He's not happy. Neither look happy at all, and I know footballers are probably never happy to come off, but ultimately I feel a little bit sorry for them too there. They've not had the greatest of service, they've worked the socks off, and ultimately sometimes you need to see Jacob's in a rich vein of form as well, and you ultimately need goal scorers on the pitch, so yeah, hopefully this pays off.
Well, half an hour just under to go here, and Woking are prepared to bring on Dan Moss. But that'll be the next time the ball goes out, as Jaskalainen finally takes this goal kick. Effiong wins the first one. Boston win it back though through Jordan Richards, who I think his interception play has been excellent today. Jordan Richards has won an awful lot. Ball down the line from Green looking for Gale, ball bobbled up, but Marriott gets a good touch out to Gale on the left hand side. Green is the man on offer to pull the ball back. He's crowded out there, and in the end it's Ockley, the number 4, that does well to win the ball back, and Boston again through Jordan Richards win that ball back. Nicholson gives it back to Richards, who does well to win that one. Green, Gale needs to be in the penalty area and up down the line.
Does, yeah.
Green's still going, he's got Marriott in option, and nobody in the box there for that one. That's a bit of a concern. Hill back to Jordan Richards, and now Dylan Hill have it again in the middle of the pitch. Boston still trailing by a goal to nil. Plays the ball out to J Rowe on the right hand side into Ward. Ward now's got a bit of space to try and drill that one. Comes off the defender. It's another Boston United corner.
I'm just hoping, you just made a really good point there. There was no one in the box. Ball went wide for the first time in the second half. The ball's gone wide. Nobody in the box. Both centre forwards have come short. It might take them a little bit to get into the game, but we've really got to get them up high into the pitch and up the pitch and occupying the two centre halves for the crosses to come in.
Well, Jermaine Anderson doing the old I've not seen the board. And then,
actually, the referee was stood on the edge of the 6-yard box with him then. The closest place for him to go off the pitch would have been behind the goal. He's walked him to the 18-yard box. I think Green's just making that point to him. Dan Moss, the change, the first change for the visitors. I felt that Jermaine Anderson had a very good first half for Woking. Anyway, it's going to be another corner for Boston United. Can they get themselves level? And it comes, it's evaded everybody. It's a great cross, and it's going to go out. Oh, it's a Boston throw. Great play that from Dylan Hill to win the throw, and it'll be a Nicholson special. Boston have already got the men there from the corner. What can they do here? Goalkeeper's got the sun in his eyes. Use it, get men in front of him. Here goes Nicholson with that throw. There's J Rowe. Yes. Boston United have got themselves level. J Rowe completely unmarked from a Brad Nicholson throw-in. It's Rowe again for the Pilgrims. Boston 1, Woking 1. Game on, let's go. I think it was a matter of time before Rowe got that chance. We said it recently, more recently a few minutes ago. He's got to get one on target. It's a great throw, a great contact. Boston are back in the game. The fans are really buzzing here. Come on, let's get the second one. Momentum's the key. We've just spoke about it. Can we go and get a second one now very quickly? Turn this game right on its head.
Well, J Rowe with his 6th goal of the campaign. What a season he's having, and this feels like a huge 23 minutes in Boston United's season. Can they get themselves another goal? We felt at half time the next goal the team would go on and win it. Do you still feel that, Mark?
I'm absolutely still of that opinion. I think Boston have had most of the play again in this half, and again momentum now. Take the initiative, seize the opportunity.
It's a great throw from Nicholson as well, isn't it? And for Rowe to get himself unmarked, it's clever play.
It's about time. It's about time with all the throws Nicholson's put in there. It's about time the first contact came from a Boston player.
Woking have got the ball themselves now. Effie Young looking to lay it off, and Jordan Richards, who's winning everything defensively, plays the ball out to James Gale on the left-hand side. Boston 1-1 at the moment. Gale running towards the penalty area. Any Marriott in there. Gale, for some reason, chose to shoot. Easily blocked. Goes out for a throw-in to Boston United. Nicholson will take it, although it's not one for him to throw towards the area, although he does, obviously, and that's a great layoff. Green now on the edge there, can he get the shot away? Cameron Green trying to make space, great defending by Moss, just came across there, the Woking man, and took the ball just as Green was going to strike. Oh, that's unlucky.
Just wouldn't settle for him, would it?
He had to get it on his left foot.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to. He's got a right foot as well. It's not just for standing on. But you know, he's got to sometimes just swing it and have a go and see what happens sometimes.
1-1, and the crowd are really buzzing here at the Jatemans. Can Boston get themselves that win? Richards is going to try and win this one in the ace. Fouled there by Moss.
That's an elbow.
Dylan Hill doesn't like that one. And it's right in front. We've got a good view of that one. It wasn't very nice, was it? I don't think it's a red or anything like that, but it was.
I think he's seen him coming there. I've looked at that.
You think that's deliberate, yeah?
No, I think he's seen him coming and thought, actually, if I just stand in this position and he comes to head the ball, he can hurt himself.
Well, Jordan Richards, as I keep saying, but he seems to be winning everything in the middle of the park, doesn't he?
He does, and again, we talk about horses for courses. That's his role in there, breaking things up and recycling play.
Who was that for? Was it Hill or was it the?
It would have been for Hill for his remonstrations, I would imagine.
Hill.
Yeah,
because he was stood there. The Woking players have all gone quite a way off, so I think it is Dylan Hill that's received that yellow card. I think Anyway, Nicholson with this free kick. He's inside the centre circle, but in the Boston half. It's 1-1 here. We have got 20 minutes to go. We'll go through the latest National League scores in a minute, as Nicholson now has it on the left-hand side. It's swerving, it's caught the wind, and just for a second there you wondered. Jaskalainen, who then
there we go.
chooses to go down there.
Look, he wants his team in. Look, Ardley, I was speaking about this at Eastleigh. There's nothing you can do about it. It's part of the modern game. I'd rather him bring a timeout into the game than do this. Because
it's not a bad thing for Boston, though, is it, to have a quick chat with the manager as well?
Both teams need to seize the opportunity, because there's nothing you can do about it once it happens. However, I'd like to see something changed in this, because I used to do it as a manager. I need a minute with my team. Signal to the goalkeeper, down you go. As soon as you got it, let me make a change. And that's not fair, really, in the game of football. But here we go. This is where we are.
It's Lincoln City were famous for this when they were in the conference. Paul Fireman, goalkeeper Paul Fireman, used to do it every game, and it was always about the same minute.
Yeah.
But there's nothing at the moment you can do about it. I don't know what the answer is. You stop your players, you make it a rule they can't come over, but then you're stopping them getting a drink, which you...
Well, they shouldn't. Yeah, you're right. What would be a good thing would be, like you say, the drinks can go on, but the manager can't communicate with the players during that time.
Make the goal. You can't make the goalkeeper go off. Could you potentially make another player go off?
Absolutely.
I don't know. For 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But then I suppose what you do if you're defending, you just say to your striker, come off for 30 seconds, and it's causing no problems. I don't know. I really don't know what the answer is, and it's one of them, isn't it? That you just said there, all teams, but you did it when you were a manager.
Absolutely.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I need to change something. And now what's interesting is how quickly we can figure out what change they've made.
Yes.
Because ultimately, as a manager now, as Coughlin, he needs to see what they've done and how we can impact on that with his team.
And then tell his keeper to go down.
Absolutely.
He's cutting a frustrated figure, the Boston United manager.
Yeah, it is, especially when you're in this position.
But he's one of them. We've said it. He plays every ball. He's definitely done a good job here at Boston United, and it's 1-1. They're still in with a shot of winning this game.
Yeah, the momentum's still high. I think the press is still high. You've still got a lot of willing runners, and I think we just got to get an opportunity higher up the pitch again. And I think we will see another goal from Rowe, if I'm honest, because that's where it seems to be coming from. He's had the most chances. He's
certainly the threat. Marriott now plays it out to Jay Rowe. Rowe, well, he smashed that across. Dylan Hill, if he keeps this, has done well. He has. Unfortunately, he's dispossessed, but Boston should deal with this one through Mills. Takes a touch out to Nicholson. They play a 1-2 around Effiong, and Mills smashes that ball forward. Richards will pick it up in the middle of the park, plays the ball over the top towards Marriott. Is he onside? Marriott, don't know where the ball is. Just for a second there, and I think the defender got a touch in the end and did well. I've been very impressed with Woking defensively today.
Yeah,
and that says how well Boston have played.
Absolutely, and Boston, you're right. Boston have played well, but Woking have been really, really sound defensively. They've been calm. They've got a plan. They keep the ball. They put it in good areas and get themselves out of danger.
Ward plays that ball long, looking for the run of Gale, but it's calmly headed back from Akinola to his goalkeeper Jaskalainen, who doesn't need to go down this time. So throws it across, but again Jordan Richards winning the ball in midfield. Nicholson just overhits that one. Could have taken a touch there, Nicholson, but it's one of them. You see the glamour pass.
Yeah, it's just about being calm, isn't it? We spoke about this in the first half. It's what's important is the quality on the ball, getting into the right areas so they can build and keep that momentum going, not giving the ball away and giving them a chance to settle the game down.
So latest scores: Files 0, Braintree 2. While we wait for the keeper, Aldershot 1, Gateshead 1, Eastleigh 1, Hartlepool 1, Halifax 1, Yeovil 0. I'll go through the rest in a second, so we're back underway. Nicholson gets up and heads it for Boston United, and he could have gone for that second one, I reckon, but anyway, it's Green who wins it, plays it up to Gale. Gale, it hits his head. Ward heads the ball forward. It's a slice clearance, and Boston United have a throw in here to be taken by Cameron Green. Throws it in towards Hill. Back to Green. It's a right-footed, just a chip forward towards Marriott. Defenders all over Marriott, but did well, luckily. Hill gives away a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. So the rest of those scores, a lot are going in Boston's favour. So Halifax 1, Yeovil 0, Maidenhead 0, Sutton 1, Rochdale 3, Wilston 0, Solihull 1, Ebbsfleet 1, Southend 2, Altrincham 1, Tamworth 1, Oldham 1. If Boston can find a winner here, it would certainly be a successful afternoon, because only Braintree down there are winning. So at the moment, Boston United, the gap would go up to 8 points. But a win, as things stand, will put it up to 6. That's why it feels a huge 20 minutes.
It's a foul, linesman. You can give that.
For Boston United.
Just while you're doing the update there, Green was booked after that free kick for a bit of ill discipline, really, a bit of frustration coming out, throwing the ball, bounced it out of the air, and the referee's giving him a yellow card.
Seems to be that's what all the bookings have been for in this game, dissent, isn't it? There's no bad tackles or anything like that. It's all been players losing the cool a little bit, as Gregory will have to come out here for Boston United. I can't remember Cameron Gregory having a save to make.
No, I can't either. No.
As well, apart from the lead up to the goal.
I thought he was on about second half, but yeah.
No, second half he's had nothing, has he?
Nothing, no.
Boston have dominated. 15 minutes to go. Boston United 4 away games coming up as Gregory goes long, and he's gone too long. It's going to go out for another goal kick. That'll give Jääskeläinen a bit more time to waste.
He's right. Coughlin's come out here and he's asked what is he waiting for.
So just a quick side note there, Mark. So Christian has just had to announce over the tannoy that a reminder that Boston United will not accept any homophobia or intolerant language. So something's obviously been said in the crowd and picked up on. I mean, it's a side of the game that we really hate to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that, but yeah, there's certainly no place in it in football, in any element of life.
Yeah,
there's just no place for it, and there's no need.
So we'll see if anything comes of that. But here it's still 1-1, and Mills has been dispossessed, and Effiong's into the penalty area here for Woking. Chance for them to take the lead, and they've done it. Ini Effiong fires them back in front. Boston United look absolutely gutted. It's Boston 1, Woking 2.
And there's Mills there again for me. He was battling with Effiong there, and they both got their arms around each other. Mills has stopped. Effiong's continued, carried on with his run, ended up with the ball, and has scored the goal. I don't know why Mills has stopped. He has to carry on. He's had a battle, but you can't afford to stop. And Woking have found themselves ahead again. Poor from the skipper there.
Feels a big moment that in the season. Big moment, and and again it just goes quiet here. The crowd doing everything they can to get Boston, and there's still time, don't get me wrong, there's still 14 minutes to go.
I just don't know why he stopped. Why you stopped, and the other players continued, ran and scored the goal.
Well, Effiong, who if any Woking player deserves a goal, it's him. I think he's been outstanding.
Yeah, but don't give
Boston
him one.
Let's
not give him one. Let's make work for it.
And Boston have to start again now. They trail here by 2 goals to 1.
That feels like a real sucker punch there. Even I've gone. I feel a little bit flat myself. I don't know what the fans here feel like, but that's disappointing. The timing of that goal when we really got on the ascendancy, and it really feels like a real sucker punch.
Just going back to the announcement from Christian a few minutes ago, the 4th official has asked for it to be made. I don't know what's been said, but Boston have got some defending to do now. Trailing 2-1, it's Denon Lewis into the penalty area, looking to try and make himself space, finds Beauty been on the edge of the area. Effiong will try and get on the end of this. Boston have won it back. Green will clear.
He's causing all kinds of problems up there, is Effiong. He's done it again to Teal, I think, this time, who stood around waiting for the referee to give him something, because Effiong's having a battle with him, and ultimately they've got to get on with it.
Well, Boston trail 2-1. I think everybody connected to a little bit stunned by that, because it just felt, didn't it, Boston were going to go on and win the game, and I mean they might do still, don't get me wrong, but there we go. It's a throw into
you go from
and Effiong's won another throw in, has he? No, Mills has kept that in, done well. Gale up top as well to win the ball back for Boston United, twisting and turning James Gale, then he's dispossessed, but he's fouled. I think the minimum Boston have to try and get now is a point.
Yeah, I think we went from saying that 1-0 down, a point would be good. You score a goal, you look like you've got, you've really got your tails up, and you might go and go and get them 3 points. And all of a sudden now we were looking at potentially getting nothing or a point at best. So yeah, sucker punch. Let's see if we can turn it around.
So Keaton Ward to take this free kick.
Ball.
An in-swinger towards the head of Gale. It's come off a Woking player. Boston will have a corner.
That's the quality we need to see, and it really needs someone on the end of it. Again, I don't know if it was Rowe that was the closest to that, but
I thought it was Gale that time.
Was it Gale? Yeah, I think there's opportunities here. Getting the ball, loading the ball with quality from Ward, from the throw-ins, and really loading that box up.
Here comes Ward with the corner. It's a deep one towards that back post. It's headed away. Richards on the right-hand side will look to try and make something of this. Jordan Richards. And pulls it right back to Cameron Green, who's on his own a long way out here, just inside the Woking half. Finds Ward on the left hand side, back to Green. Green with the ball. It's a poor ball, that.
It's because they're so flat. He's got
a bit predictable as well.
Yeah, there's got to be some movement. There's got to be something for the boys to hit.
Green again here for Boston United. Back to Hill. Hill driving towards the penalty area, finds Ward on the left hand side. Back to Dylan Hill now, trying to make himself some space for a cross. Still going Dylan Hill. Can he get the cross in? No, it's brilliantly blocked by Beautyman, and Woking end up winning a throw. Yeah,
it's unlucky. I'm not a man of saying put balls in box for the sake of it, but sometimes the ball's just got to go in the box. There's plenty of bodies in there. Get it in there and let's see what happens.
Well, Lincoln City are trailing at Birmingham at the moment by 1-0. Spalding trail at home to Harborough. Big game for them. Trinity is still leading just by 2-1 in their league match. And here it's Boston 1, Woking 2, and it's a ball forward from Woking. It's a hopeful one really. Gregory will come out and deal with this easily, and plays it long, but he's just kicked it out.
Yeah, it's on his weak side, isn't it? And he's just got to make sure really there that he does make a good contact. Ideally it stays in, but ultimately what you don't want is him to hit it to one of the opposition, and he's too far out of his box to do anything about it.
Stamford leading their game by 1-0 at Barwell. They've also missed a penalty, the Daniels, as their playoff push continues. Boston United to say trailing here, and then it's 4 away games. Yeovil on Tuesday, Braintree next Saturday, Rochdale a week Tuesday, Hartlepool 2 weeks today. All brought to you by BBC Radio Lincolnshire, as Richards now looks to play that ball through to Ward. Ward just hooks it forward really rather hopelessly, looking to get Marriott on the end of it. Marriott was nowhere near it, but Rowe will try and pick this one up on the right hand side. He's dispossessed, and then Rowe charges down the ball forward, and Woking have a throw in, and you feel Woking have got it in them with 8 minutes to go to probably see this one out. The game management has been good.
It has, and I think they showed early signs of that, didn't they, in the early part of the second half. I don't think we're going to change it. If anything, it'll be probably get worse, and they'll be prepared to take more yellow cards if needed.
And then a foul, I'm not quite sure what for, but Boston have a free kick. Young there, I think he thought about touching the ball and then realised if he did,
I think he's a bit low. He's a big boy. If he'd have gone down, he might have done his back.
Yeah.
Needs to be a good quality here from Cameron. We need to get the ball in the right area. Talk about first contacts being important, never more so than now.
It's Gregory with it towards Nicholson, who got the first contact, but unfortunately didn't head it towards the penalty area, but headed it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's gone flat again. We need something from the fans, something from the players in this final drive. 8 minutes of normal time, 6 minutes, maybe 14 minutes to go. What can we do in that time?
There's plenty of time for Boston to get something from this game. At the moment they've got a throw in for Nicholson to take in front of Lee Bullen. They've been taking it in turns today, the duo on the touchline, although Graham Coughlin has just appeared again.
That looks like a foul to me.
Foul it is. So Marriott's done well there to win the free kick. I'm no good with yards, Mark. What, we 30 yards?
Yeah, we've probably 30 yards. It looks like it'll be a right foot in delivery again from Keaton Ward. We need to get someone on the end of it. He will certainly whip it into a good area. And I'd like to see, as we said, not being too flat, and someone being able to get a bit of a run on that back four. Maybe having a block somewhere. We just need first contact in that box.
Connor Teal just standing in front of the goalkeeper. He did this on Tuesday to stop him try and stop him organising his wall. So will it be the in-swinger from Ward or the out-swinger from Green? Feels an opportunity this for Boston United, trailing 2-1. It's going to be Keaton Ward plays, oh dear. Well, he played it towards Green, he's completely overhit it, Keaton Ward. It's gone out for a goal kick, and I think that sums up the frustrations, Mark Clifford.
Yeah, it's poor at best. I think you can try those things when you're in the middle of the league and you're top end of the league. Maybe try those things, but ultimately, bottom line is that ball needs to go in the box.
Well, the big cheer for Will Jääskeläinen receiving a yellow card. I tell you one thing that's always frustrated me as a football fan with time wasting, and again, game management, all teams, so don't get me wrong, but it's this, so he's been booked, and yet he'll carry on doing it. Referees never do the second yellow. I've never seen it. I don't know if you have.
No. Ultimately, he's still look at the amount of time he's taken
he's
to
just
take
booked
that.
him, and yet literally the goal kick was 90 seconds ago.
Yeah, I think ultimately, again, they're worried to do it, aren't they?
Of course they are.
Yeah.
And I get it, but I think if one ref started a trend, I think that you'd see it a lot more. And anyway, because the yellow card should be a warning that, oh my goodness, do it again, you're off. Type
Absolutely,
thing.
It should be, and ultimately, if it's the same crime, you should get the same punishment.
Well, exactly, but I don't know, never seen it yet. And it's still 2-1 to Woking here on BBC Radio Lincolnshire. The last hour of the show we'll hear from Graham Coughlin, one of the Boston United players, as well as more thoughts from Mark Clifford. If you don't get a chance to listen, the Boston United podcast will be up later. And Woking have the throw in, and Effiong looks to win the first one. Mills ends up winning the second one, and Rowe just hook this ball forward, hoping Gale can get on the end of it. James Gale ends
just
up
can't foul him
man.
there. Really disappointing. You got none of the management team at the minute out in the technical area. I think I can feel their frustration from here. They both went and sat down. You just don't foul. You might put it out for a throw-in. You might get something. Nicholson can come and put something in the box. But now they're going to have a chance to kill a bit more time and end up putting another ball back up to the big man up there at the top end of their pitch.
Jääskeläinen with this free kick. Mills heads the ball away. Richards then does well to win a tackle. It's on the halfway line for Woking to have a throw in. In fact, just inside the Boston United half. 3.5 minutes of normal time plus whatever stoppage time referee Gareth Rhodes chooses to add. Will Boston have time to create one more chance? But at the moment they've got some defenders do, as Effiong has the ball, holding off a couple of Boston United players and doing it really well there before bringing in the player on this right hand side, which is Moss. His ball down the line to Kelly Evans, and Nicholson dispossesses him at the expense of a throw in, and Kelly Evans will stay down, and then when offered some treatment will get up.
Yeah, normal tactics, game management. Listen, it's frustrating to watch when it's against you, but ultimately I've seen Boston doing it really well in midweek, and then last weekend it's just got to be done, unfortunately. It's just not nice when you're on the receiving end.
Correct, it is frustrating to see, but part of the game, as Effiong has that ball for Woking, gets it back from Kelly Evans. Effiong, well, what a man to have in the corner.
You need to get more bodies over there.
Boston are going to try and win it back. Nicholson, to be fair, does, and then does a bit of a 360 turn before laying it off to Green. He's charged down, and the visitors have won it back. Richards went through Kelly Evans there. They crowded him out there to try and win this back. In the end, Nicholson does. It clears it. And as far as Marriott wins the free kick off Moss. Free kick Boston halfway inside their own half.
Do it. It's on. Again, what are you waiting for? There you go.
Nicholson with the long one, looking for the run of Rowe. The goalkeeper's going to come out. Rowe needs to go for this.
Oh, that's a foul.
Flattened into Jay Rowe. Well, he's got the ball in his hands. Referee, I don't think he's given anything, has he?
I think if you go for a ball like that anywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul, because it's a goalkeeper who's come out with his knee up. Yes, he's got to protect himself, but ultimately that's a foul. In my opinion, he does that out of the box. Anyone else, player to player, that's a foul.
So that should be a penalty.
In my opinion, it's a foul, isn't it? So it should be a penalty. Yeah. Again, just this thing about keepers being protected in every situation possible, and I know you don't want to see anyone injured, but he has to protect himself. But that is a foul.
There wasn't a lot of complaining from Boston United's players are appealing, which you'd expect. It did look like the goalkeeper clattered into Rowe, but it's one of them, isn't it? And you see them quite a lot.
You never get them. It's a foul, but referees are never going to give them.
And then you've got the defender there wanting to foul off Marriott. The referee also not interested. Richards is going to have to deal with this one. It's a foul on Jordan Richards. It's a free kick to Boston United. Running out of time. We've got a minute plus whatever stoppage time is given.
Got to win the ball.
Gale, who's tried hard but not won a lot so far. Rowe now makes himself some space.
Get in the box.
On the right hand side, running at Chickson. Can he deliver? It's the ball in. It's well dealt without Jordan Richards. Now he gives it to Keaton Ward. Ward lays it off to Green. Green back to Ward. Ward making space to shoot towards goal. It's swerved and it's tipped over by the goalkeeper. We were right behind that.
Right, yeah.
It's a good save.
A hell of a lot of movement in there. I don't know if it got a deflection, but the ball moved a lot and the goalkeeper's done well to parry it wide, and it looked like it panicked him that it wasn't going to drop right down in the middle of his goal as well.
Corner to Boston United. Ward with the effort. We've got 4 minutes added on. Ward with that corner. It's Rowe couldn't quite get his head onto it. It's headed back in by Hill. Boston trying to get on the end of it. Lots of players on the floor. Rowe trying to bring it down to shoot towards goal.
Save.
That's a brilliant save. That is an outstanding save from the goalkeeper. It's in with his foot. He can't have seen that till the very last second. And then it lands on the bar, goes out for a corner.
Just a total reaction save there. He's seen it. He's already down. He's put his left leg down, and he's got a good save onto the crossbar.
Oh, can Boston find a late equaliser? Ward with the corner. Again, Nicholson gets up, wins the first header. No one's going to get on the end of that though. It's going to go out for a goal kick. And again, there's a coming together in the penalty area involving Jordan Richards this time. Woking have got a player down.
Just a little bit more time.
Well, we
seconds.
said, will they get a chance? They've just had two.
Great, yeah, two great chances, two great saves.
Yeah.
You can't do much more than get it on target, and that's what they've done there. They've got it on target. They've done the best they can, and the goalkeeper's matched it.
But he's doing well. That first one, it's either deflected or it's whatever. It's not straight. And then the second one, he can't have seen that till the very last second.
A really good reaction save to him. That's what they work hard for, goalkeepers.
Boston have a throw-in right in front of us here. Nicholson is looking to take it. Beautyman stops him taking
Come on,
the throw-in.
Nicholson. Get on with it.
It's clever tactical play by Beautyman as he was coming back on the pitch. Nicholson takes the throw in. It's headed out for another one, which Nicholson will take on the halfway line, looking to gain some yards forward. Nicholson throws it in towards Mario, wins the flick on Gale. It won't quite fall with it. Looks to lay it off. Here's the chance for Rowe. What a save by the goalkeeper. Rowe again.
Goal. Get in.
It's in. Boston have equalised right at the end. It's Jay Rowe with the finish yet again. The goalkeeper did well to save the first. Boston save a point. It's Boston 2, Woking 2. Can they find a winner in these 2 minutes, Mark Clifford?
It's a great escape. Said it would be Jai Rowe again, didn't I? And there he was at that far post. He's been a threat all afternoon, and here he is. He's popped up. Had a pop at it for the first one, didn't quite get it, but somehow snuck it in again on the second opportunity. And well done, Jai. Well done, Boston. Dare we dream? Can we go and get those 3 points again?
Wow. Jay Rowe again. 2 to his name. He's been outstanding. You even got a squeak from me in commentary there, Mark. Oh, the emotions of football.
We was both up on our feet there, and I think it means a lot to us. It means a lot to everybody. It means a lot to this football club, and it's great to see. And I think it's nothing short of what they deserve.
Well, Jay Rowe winning player of the match. No surprises there. And the thing is, I mean, he's always been good defensively. He's such a threat attackingly, isn't he?
Absolutely. That's a foul.
Gale wants a foul on halfway. He's not going to get one. It's a crazy last few minutes here at the Jatemans. Boston 2 here. Gale and
they're just trying to ruin the game. It's a game tactic. It's a game management tactic. Just trying to ruin the game now to stick on to this point. They don't want this ball in their box.
Now then, but Boston do have a free kick. We've got, I'd say, about a minute. We've got about a minute left.
There's an opportunity here.
Can they do it?
I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
You called Jay Rowe scoring a second goal. You called it.
I did it. Well, I think it's laws of average. He had to get one at least, and there was a second one coming.
Green with this free kick. Rose at the back post tries to head it towards goal. He's beaten in the air. Hill heads that ball forward, and it's a slice clearance from the visitors. Marriott got a touch onto that. Can Boston get hold of this one? It's with Keaton Ward now looking to try and make some space. Ward running towards the penalty area. Keaton Ward drills the ball in. Oh, just for a second there.
The corner.
Just for a second, nobody could get on the end of it. The ball's gone out of the stadium.
Well, they're trying to get the goalkeeper up, and I'm not sure I agree with that, if I'm honest.
No, I'm with you on that one.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
No. Manager don't want it. Sensible.
I don't
game.
want that. It's not for me either.
But Green could go up.
Absolutely.
No, I'm with you on that one, Mark. Corner to Boston. Can they win it? It's Ward towards that back post. Goalkeeper's got a really good punch in it. Comes to Green, drills it in the box. It's blocked well.
Get a throw in.
Green again. Pulls it back to Hill. Can he get the ball back in? He's played that ball forward. It's come off the defender. Nicholson will try and make something of this on the right hand side. He's going to go out for a goal kick. And there goes the whistle. What a frantic end. Boston, there's players on the floor with their head in their hand. It's 2-2. A game they feel they probably should have won. But twice they've come from behind. Twice J Rowe has got themselves level. It's another point towards survival. It narrows the gap to 8 before these 4 away games. And Mark Clifford, I mean, that ending was just frantic, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And no, it's exactly what they deserved out of the game. You know, the 2 goals were disappointing goals to concede. Both, for me, mistakes and a lack of concentration. But ultimately, they've gone and got themselves a point. They've not got beat. They're unbeaten in 3, and we must take that into Yeovil on Tuesday night.
Right, we'll go and breathe for a few minutes. So Michael and Christian will be back on Tuesday. Full time here, Boston 2, Woking 2.